Hello and welcome. If you've ever looked at a spreadsheet and just felt completely lost in a sea of numbers, well, you're in exactly the right place. We're going to go through the basics of Power BI together, one simple step at a time. Think about it. You open up a file, and what do you see? Just this wall of numbers, rows and columns that seem to go on forever. It's really tough to see the story that's hidden in all that data, isn't it? Yeah, it can feel pretty overwhelming. But what if there was a really straightforward way to cut through all that noise? Well, there is. By the end of this little explainer, you're going to understand the core building blocks Power BI uses to turn all that data confusion into crystal clear stories. All right, let's get started. Everything, and I mean everything, begins with a solid foundation for your data. Think of this as the bedrock for everything else we're about to build on top of it. Now, in Power BI, this foundation has a bit of a technical-sounding name, the semantic model. I know, but trust me, the idea behind it is super simple. It's really just about doing the prep work, gathering your data, cleaning it up, and making sure all the different pieces connect in a way that makes sense. So, how's it done? It's really just a three-step process. First, you connect to your data. And this is so powerful because you can pull in data from totally different places, like a sales spreadsheet and your marketing data. Next, you clean it all up. And finally, you create relationships between your tables, which is just a fancy way of telling Power BI how everything fits together. The absolute best way to think about this is with Legos. You wouldn't just dump a giant bin of bricks on the floor and hope a spaceship just appears, right? No way. You'd sort them first. All the reds go here, the little squares go there. Your semantic model is doing the exact same thing, organizing all your data bricks. So when it's time to build, it's actually easy and fun. Okay, so our data bricks are all sorted. Now for the really fun part, building with them. This is where we start to bring our data to life with some cool visuals and reports. This is where we create what Power BI calls visuals. We're talking about your bar charts, your pie charts, all those graphs. And the best part, you don't have to write a single line of code. It is all drag and drop. You just pick the data you want to see, and boom, Power BI turns it into a clear visual for you. Now, once you combine a few of these visuals onto a single page, you've just created what's called a report. Think of a report like a chapter in a book about your data. Each page can focus on a different angle, letting you dive in and really explore the details. But, digging into all those details isn't always what you need. Sometimes you just want the highlights, right? The big picture, at a glance. And for that, Power BI has one final, really powerful tool. And this brings us to a really important difference, reports versus dashboards. Think of it like this. A report is kind of like a microscope. It's designed for that deep, detailed exploration. A dashboard, on the other hand, that's like a telescope. It gives you that high-level, at-a-glance overview of your most important numbers. So here's how it actually works. A dashboard lets you pin the most important visuals from all your different reports onto one single screen. It's kind of like the front page of a newspaper. It gives you all the essential headlines in one place, instantly. So let's just take a quick step back and put it all together. Let's recap that journey, from that confusing wall of numbers to a tool that actually helps you make decisions. It's a really logical flow when you see it laid out, isn't it? You start with your semantic model, that's your foundation. Then use visuals as your building blocks. You put those blocks together to build a detailed story in your report. And finally, you show off the biggest headlines in your dashboard summary. And that's pretty much it. It really is just about putting a few simple, powerful building blocks together in the right order. So now that you know the basics, the real question is, what story is waiting to be discovered inside your data?